I am Celestia Rax, and it is so nice to see you. Okay, let's get into today. We are talking about why you are not crazy for being alone, or rather, how to enjoy being on your own if you find yourself alone for whatever reason. Maybe you're isolating due to a certain unspeakable virus, or perhaps it's because you're just not interested in all this socialization at the moment. Or maybe you just want to, avoid mayhem and panic and drama. Or perhaps you just like watching Netflix and staying at home under covers. All of those are acceptable options. Acceptable options. Okay. So, number one, you need to repeat to yourself over and over again, no matter how many times it takes, it is not crazy for you to enjoy being on your own. Being alone is not a state of weakness. Rather, it is a state of strength. Do you see trees crying because they're alone? No. Do you see the trees in your garden crying because there's only one kind of apple tree, whereas all the other trees are like fir trees or palm trees or whatever other trees you have? No, they're not crying. They're fine. They are fine. Okay? There's no tears. Do you think that when there's a single tree in the forest that's super tall and all the other trees are short, that one tree's sad? No. Everything's good. Okay? Trying to think of other things. But yes, anyway. So, you are not crazy. Okay? Everybody's always like strength in numbers, but you will be fine. You're going to be that badass who survives till the end of the horror movie on their own. You can do this. Okay? Number two. You need to have hobbies, interests, or just things to do. Okay? Being alone, there is a slight disadvantage to it, because most of society is set up for people in groups or pairs, okay? So, mostly in restaurants, or just various activities, you usually need partners or groups to engage in those activities. Hence why you need to have hobbies. Notice plural, not singular. Because you may find yourself getting bored and you don't want to fall down the Netflix hole. Not judging, just saying. Okay? Many productive hours have gone to Netflix. Don't do it. Okay? You will feel sad at some point. Therefore, you will find alternative things. Maybe playing musical instruments, learning how to sing, drawing, anything to do with art really. Learn how to be a stand-up comedian in your spare time. Maybe you're the next Kevin Hart or Ali Wong. Okay? Perhaps you decide you're really into running. Yeah, I should actually be running out now. But instead I'm filming this. And, I don't know, maybe you're picking up improv miming or acting or something. Dancing, also something you can do solo. Cooking. Don't need other people for that, just need ingredients. So, find hobbies, engage in them regularly and voraciously. Other hobbies could include volunteering. They always need volunteers and nobody minds if you show up alone. Okay? You can do that. Up next, you will probably have to be prepared for family drama, or just family things where they expect you, or group events where you're expected to be, with someone. But it's not as bad as you think walking in alone. Everybody's always like, oh no, it's going to be the end of the world. But you will be fine. Okay? I think the idea in your head that everyone's going to judge you and everyone's going to think you're crazy and everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, how could you not show up with someone? The voices in your head are worse than other people. That makes sense. Araxy, yeah. Everybody else is just really just thinking about themselves. Don't believe it at the moment. You think they're all thinking about you, but 9 times out of 10 people think about themselves or themselves in conjunction to you. They're a lot less interested in you. Next up, remind yourself why you are doing this alone thing in the first place. Usually, it's connected to either a bad breakup, or perhaps you have moved to a new city and you're trying to anchor yourself in the city. Should not have drank a Monster before this. Okay? You are trying to anchor yourself in the city. So you're trying to learn things, and maybe you don't know that many people. So you need to spend some time on your own due to that while you are meeting people, and you don't want to obsess I mean, hang around your new friends too much, so they get like claustrophobic or whatever of you. So space, giving them space, but you should also just embrace this time. Embrace the season that you are in. It's okay to be alone. Lots of people have created all kinds of masterpieces on their own, from writing books to stories to writing books and writing stories, I suppose it's the same thing. But I'm sure there were inventions and stuff that took place alone as well. Yeah. So being alone is not the end of the world. I know at times it can seem like that when every single person asks you, why are you single? Or when are you going to get married? And you're just there like, what? I did not think anyone under the age of 25 should be getting married. And then you just look at them in a perplexed face. Yeah, it's a bit intense. But don't worry about it, because I am here for you. You need to stay strong and discover the joy of being on your own. Go to that cafe and eat your coffee. Drink your coffee in the happiest way you can, because this is you. You have to live with you forever. Those other people may come and go. They are there for a season in your life. But you are with you forever. You are the first and last person you get to see when you die. You're the first person you see when you're born, and the last person you see when you die. Because you're always with you. See? Your soul is there. Yeah. So, look after yourself, and don't go crazy if you're spending too much time alone. Okay. Bye. See you next week. Well, see you this week, Saturday, and next week, Tuesday. Ciao, ciao.